welcome to Creative Koncepts. You already know what's going on, where we talk about real topics in real life here. As always, I'm Nyla, and this is my co-host, Big Shelby, and we got a special guest for y'all today.
Let's do it. You already know, you got Faneo, aka Big Shelby, and we got our special guest, Cheerio Baby.
Yeah, Cheerio, aka Cheryl Baby. You know, we got about 3 names, maybe about 5, really low key. We ain't gonna go over the names right now, though.
Okay.
But it's Cheerio, guys. It's Cheerio.
Okay, so next episode, and let's get it.
Okay, so Cheerio, let the people know. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Just a little bit or a lot bit? Just a little bit?
A little medium bit.
Okay, where I'm from Chicago, but I live in Atlanta. So I've been here a few years. I really like it out here. It's turned. But I still love Chicago. It's nothing like home, of course. But I am an entrepreneur. I work as well. I work in a pharmacy. I'm a rap artist. I do have a model team called the Elite Model Team. So make sure y'all follow us on Instagram. Okay. So I started that about 6 months or so ago. So we've been super lit.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm a real estate broker. And then I do credit repair as well. I don't like doing it though, so don't call me about it like that. But I do it time to time, you know, like people who, like my clients that really need me. But other than that, I'm more so focused on getting the model team up and going since it's new. I do have an activewear brand as well called CB Activewear, like Confident Body Activewear. Awesome. Because we all know confidence is key in all things. So yeah, so I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, you know, right, multi-talented, you know what I'm talking about?
Well, let's dive into the modeling agency. You know, we'll do a little backstory on that. So me and Cheerio, we met. It was, what we want to say, it was background work.
Right, we was actually filming. We remember we was filming for a movie.
Yep, with King June.
Yep.
I'm gonna shout him out because if we didn't have that opportunity, we wouldn't have met. Exactly. And we was talking, you know, the energy was cool, and I was telling her, you know, I'm a model, and she said she had a modeling agency, but she was saying like it was all females, correct?
Yep.
So, can you tell the people a little bit about that?
Yeah. So his feelings was hurt. Let's start there.
Nah, don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. No, don't.
No,
put
but he
that
was like, no, guys. I was like, not right now. I was like, I never thought about it. But I'm actually literally thinking about it, called like the Elite Gentlemen, the Elite Gents, or something slick. I don't want to call it the Elite
before she said that, she did put me on the opportunity.
Yes, I did put him on an opportunity for a fashion show, and then he put me on an opportunity for a fashion show. And that's actually what it's about. It's about networking, building each other up, supporting each other, not making it all about you, because you just never know how you could benefit from just being real, you know what I'm saying, and being, you know, humble and just, you know, looking out for people as they look out for you. And I'm big on that. I love to give back. I'm a giver more than a taker for sure. When I take it, I'm just taking what's mine, not nobody else's. Okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, that was kind of weird how we met though, but it was good. And I told him, I was like, when I have something, I'm gonna let you know.
You sure did.
And he's like, oh wow. And then he said it worked out really well. It was a dope fashion show. What was it? The shoe guys or something?
It was supposed to be the shoe guys. So from my understanding, it had to do stuff with shoes. But that wasn't the case. They switched the venue. I think they changed the name as well. So
wow.
They had some designers. And it's funny you mentioned one of the designers called Black Icon. Shout out to Black Icons. He mentioned a statement about how in Chicago you have to know how to dress because of the weather. But like, you know, he was mentioning like the summer is like a cheat code. So like we from New Orleans, so it be hot down there. Yeah. You wear a good fit, you'll sweat that fit out. So, but he was saying in Chicago, you know, how he, you know, got to put that on. How y'all got to dress and put that on. But I mentioned all of that because we was talking about fashion shows. So do you think that's a true statement?
Yes, absolutely. You know, the weather in Chicago is bipolar. So it'll be 85 today and then it'll be 45 tomorrow with snow. Then it drops to 0 degrees, then back up to 60. All in 1 week. And I'm like, so you can easily get sick, of course, but yeah, you do gotta dress for the weather. But I think a lot of the Chicagoans, we love the summer because of the lake that we have down there. So you can do a lot, but the winter is when we really get dressed. Like we put on the clothes, we put the shits on. Like, yeah. I hope I didn't.
You good, man. Come on now. You good. Come on.
You know, I don't know if we was really reserved, guys, okay?
We talk our shit.
Oh, yeah, do? Oh, okay, cool. But yeah, so in the winter we get to put the furs, the bootsy. Out here in Atlanta, you can't really wear a whole lot of that because it don't get that cold here and there. So
only sometimes. So Cheerio, tell me, like, you know, I know you mentioned dressing. What inspired you to start your modeling agency?
Actually, it was really, really crazy. So I was actually promoting with someone, right? He was working at a a lounge in Norcross area.
Okay.
And he was like, hey, I wanted to host because they had said something on Instagram about hosting. So I was like, just trying to get myself out there as an artist, not even dealing with the model team. Now, I always had a team of girls in general, like in Chicago. I just always had the girls on top. I'm the plug. Like, everybody knows to call me when you want to go somewhere or want to know what's busting. I'm gonna know.
Okay.
Just always been my personality type. So what happened was, we connected, and then he was like, man, we should do a model team together. But it was really to work for that lounge and another lounge that he was a part of, that he was promoting. And we just have our own team of girls to promote. But him and I had a little falling out, you know how that go. I don't do the F-boy stuff. So I was like, the girls didn't really know him anyways. I did all the footwork. It's just that he told us where to go.
Okay.
And then we would just meet up and, do the sections and everything. But when we didn't get along, I was like, I want to keep the team going because I actually enjoyed it. Like, I didn't know that I was going to really like it. So, and all the other girls, it's like, I didn't want to let them down either. Yeah. And it was like,
'cause you guys
just keep it going. I just kept it going. And then people just started reaching out to me, DMing me about different events, hostings and everything. And we just took off from there. It was literally just like that. And I was like, well, I'm going to just keep it going because we've been having fun, meeting people, making money. So why not?
Yeah.
So, but now I have girls not just in Atlanta. I do have some like Phoenix, Chicago as well, one in Houston and one in Florida. So I'm looking to expand because sometimes we do promos where you're online or when they're in town, or just say if we go there, they'll have like situations for us to maybe host and different things. So it's about, building the brand that way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's dope. I love it. I love it.
You mentioned like the plug, like how do you build yourself up to become that source of person to dish out all of these different opportunities for people?
That's good. Good question. I think it's my personality. Like, I'm really like my energy. I think energy is so real. Even people can say, oh, I'm not this and I'm not that, but you can still feel the energy. So I'm an energy feeler, so I just feel like life is good. Everybody go through shit. Who cares? Just move on, heal. Do whatever you need to do, detox, but don't allow what used to happen or what somebody done to you affect that new person.
Right.
And so I try my best to just go into it, pure. And then if you show me who you are, then I start moving differently. Before, I used to just hold on like, oh, you know how everybody want to see the best in you. Everybody has potential, but potential ain't good enough. You got to be more than just potential because everyone has it.
Absolutely.
So once I kind of understood that I'm grateful to be alive and all the things that I've been through, I'm like, I've been through worse. Every time I get up and I be upset or hurt or something, I'm like, I've been through worse. I got this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think people see that. Like, people feel it. Like, people tell me, like, man, you have that feminine energy, like that feminine grace. Like, people literally tell me this. Not just women, men too, like both. So I'm like, I'm going to continue to stay pure. And I think it'll attract the right energy because you're going to get good and bad. But what I do now, I just make better decisions. Like, once you show me your cards, okay, I'm going to show you mine, but I'm going to move differently.
Okay.
Yeah. How y'all feel about that? Do y'all do something similar or y'all have a different approach?
Mine is very similar. I think that women's intuition kicks in very soon. And I probably know within the first 5 minutes of talking to you if you're somebody worth my time. And if you're not, I just simply stop talking to you. But I feel like we both have big personalities just from, just talking right now. And people definitely gravitate toward that.
Yeah.
So...
But then they hate on it at the same time.
You're going to have haters.
And it's like, it's good when you have the haters, but it is not good because it's like, I don't want a hater, but I want the hating as far as that it makes you look at yourself. And I think that's the issue that a lot of people go through. It don't even really be you per se. It's just that when you can show your personality and not be shy about it. And some people are shy to be who they are or post certain things because they worried about what other people think. But when you just go out there full force and do you, people gonna see if it's genuine or not. But I think a lot of people are afraid to really be who they are. And so then they kind of lash it out on you per se. But it really ain't you that they mad at. It's just that, man, I wish I could be like that. Yes. Yeah, I wish I can do that. I wish I could step out of that box and go full force on things. Yeah. Because when I fail a lot, we all do, but I fail forward. I learned that from Will Smith. When you fall forward. Don't fall backwards, Yeah.
And something that, I don't know if I saw this on the internet, but they said the only L's I take are lessons learned.
Yes.
Like, so it's like you're never really failing because you're still growing from your mess ups. So
yeah, but
I
do you
feel
still
like
consider it really a L though? Like a L as far as like losing, or you just meaning like just lessons only?
no, like it's an L. Like, you gotta take L's and like
It's a
to
real
grow.
L, yeah.
But then it's a lesson from it. So it's like you could change your perspective on how you look at the things you go through.
Yes.
I think personally what you said, like what you're saying as well, it's not necessarily a loss. It's always gonna be a lesson. It just feel like a loss because that's specific.
It's not the ideal situation.
Yeah, exactly. So, but I like what you were saying because by you having that agency, I'm sure you have, what's the limit, like, I want to say, like, what's your age of where you have models?
It's at least 18, but to go to like the hostings where the club hostings, of course you got to be 21.
Correct.
And majority, I think only one girl is under 21. So, but I prefer 21 and over because it's easier when we have bartending jobs, different things, because they can't go.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so I just rather have the 21. But if you there and you're good, I'm not gonna shy away from it. I'm open to it for sure. But like I said, all the girls, they all had their own motion, which I love about that. Like everybody pretty much work, you know, got their own careers, and then they hustling. They, you know, trying to find that next opportunity for them, you know, and then they'll send out opportunities for the team, so it don't even be just about them. You know, you got some that's just about themselves.
Yeah.
100% in the group. I'm not even about the front, but the majority of us, I just feel like when you lead by example, people will follow you easier when you're doing the right thing. So either I'm doing the right things or the wrong things. They're gonna follow that because they're gonna go off what you're doing.
Right.
But I don't even bring that kind of energy to the group. And you know how them chat groups be. Do y'all like chat groups?
No.
It's so annoying, and I know I gotta have it. But I just make sure we keep it real professional. You know, all that extra stuff, we're not going to go back and forth. I just go the DM you one-on-one. You know, don't flood the chat. Please don't flood the chat because I'm super busy. I ain't got time to be reading all that stuff.
Yeah, so speaking of you being busy, I know you mentioned a lot of endeavors. I mean, you said real estate, you're a mom. Like, how do you juggle all of that?
I don't even know. I really don't. I would just say time management, and just knowing I'm just a workaholic. Like I've always been, I've worked since I was 12. I've never been off work except for maybe 6 months in my life at one time.
Wow.
I've never just been sitting around. Like it's just not in my personality. I don't even know what to do with myself if I didn't work. Like I'll be like, what the hell I'm about to do? You know, even when I was working at in corporate America, I used to be a director at a university.
Okay.
Even then, when I took that little time, I was still like, what can I do? So I went into real estate.
Okay.
And then when I got my broker's license in Illinois, and then I got my license here in Atlanta.
Oh,
So now I'm full 100% in Atlanta, and then I refer them to my brokerage office in Chicago when I have clients out there.
She do all of these different businesses.
Yes.
And you also be in the field. We just did a Juneteenth fashion show.
Yes.
You walked in the fashion
That
show.
was so nice. I felt like a queen. I am a queen, y'all, for real. But I'm just saying, I just felt like that empowerment of it. You know, when you dress up and you represent your culture, it just felt really good. It was a good movement. Everybody was just vibing. It was cool. So I appreciate you letting me know about it. You was talking about the hosting part, and I'm like, bro, what's up with the fashion show? You was like, you want to do that? I'm like, yeah. Cool. So, man.
Anything to put the face out. You know
Yeah, so
and
it was
a
dope.
good opportunity with the fashion show. Shout out to Shabbat Sharice. And
Yes,
the mayor
dope
for putting
closing.
that opportunity together. But that's how we locked in on the podcast date. So, and I like the fact that what we created, the Kreative Koncepts, was just basically something for people in the community to just like have a platform. So like by people listening to you right now in this type of setting, in this type of space, like they get to know who you are, they get to really see and feel you, and like you probably gonna have people want to join the agency after this episode. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, but I will have to say the basic requirements so they know.
Yeah, let them know.
Hygiene, number one, got to be on point, y'all. Professional pictures, big personalities. You could be low key, but when you in front of clients, you got to bring it, because it's like, why am I picking you over all the pretty girls in the world? What makes you different? So the energy got to be there. You got to stand out, like you said, and that's super important. And just following through, being on time, things like that. You know, basic
Professionalism.
101, makeup, hair, nails done. Please don't come out with 3-4 broken nails. I'd rather you just take them goddamn things off and wear your naturals, then I'm just saying, because clients look at that. I even had one guy that was a client. He went on my stories, and I needed a fill-in. Now, I get my nails done every 2 weeks, right? But I needed a fill-in that week, and he was like, I need to go get your nails done. I'm like, huh? He's like, because I see you need a fill-in. I'm like, why is he worried about my goddamn fill-in? But my point, you don't know who's watching and what's important to that client. Yes. And I'm like, but I was doing some little pharmacy stuff with my hands, and you know how that guy have the little fill-in. I'm like, I looked at it, I'm like, oh, I did need a fill-in. Ooh. But the fact that he paid attention to it, I make sure that the girls know, be on point.
So you mentioned pharmacy work, because I have good friends of mine back home. Shout out to Ryan, shout out to Goon, shout out to Mike, shout out to Jordan, Jay Bates. They are pharmacists. So they in that pharmacy world. So like them watching the video, can you explain like what type of pharmacy work you do?
Well, I'm a pharmacy tech, but I'm in the process of getting promoted to operations manager.
Awesome.
Pharmacy operations management. So I did it for a year, and I knew what I needed to do, benefit immunization. And it was a totally different field, of course, as you guys see. I was like dumb to the medical field, because I was like, I don't know how to pronounce these generic drugs, and hell no, I'm not doing that. Mm-hmm. But God had gave me a vision. I had a dream about it. And then he was like, you need to go into that field. And I'm so glad I did, because I learned so much about what we need to do and not do when it comes to our health. Mm-hmm. The package out here is real, real, real. So please, please stay protected. I'm just going to say that. Because you know I ain't going to violate no HIPAA laws or nothing, but just stay protected, know what medicines you're taking and why. Look at the side effects, making sure it works for you, because what may work for you may not work for the other person. And COVID is still alive too. So we got people coming in almost every day with COVID, because a lot of people think it just died down. Yeah. Like COVID, people still get COVID? Yes. Yeah, they be coming up in there sick, but I guess that's what we're here to help them, make them feel better, which I enjoy it. But now I'm ready to move up in the world, because I'm not a person who's gonna sit at the bottom. You won't see that happen. I'm gonna keep climbing and climbing. As you see, after my year, I'm like, okay, what can I do now? I'm ready to move up now. I got certified, and now I can do immunizations and everything for children and adults. So I'm ready.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I do that, 40 hours a week. And then as soon as I get home, I'm working on real estate, or I'm working on a model team, or I'm working on my activewear brand. So it's just always something. Or I'm being a mom. My son plays ball. My oldest son, he's already living on his own. He got a career. He oversees 8 stores, So, yeah, so now I just got to get my little one up and going. Mm-hmm. So
can you tell us about your clothing brand? Because I want to know more.
Yeah, I work out, so I'm into fitness. I ain't as fit as him or nothing like that. But we working on.
Acknowledge my fitness.
Yeah. We not there yet.
I work out, ladies, now.
I've been slacking a little bit, working out on a couple of days because I was super busy.
Keenan too. Keenan behind the camera.
Keenan, okay.
Work out too.
Working out.
Give him some love.
You have to. So I was inspired by one of my homegirls when I was trying to figure out what else can I do with my rap career that could tie into a product. And she was like, well, you always working out. Just what about the clothing? And I was like, I love clothes. I mean, I love fashion. So I'm like, you're right. So I just started doing the activewear brand. Then I have my website, and they actually have my clothing and my music on there. So like if you purchase, you can get the song for like 99 cents or something. Just ways to build it. But I just need to get back to that because that's been pushed to the side a little bit.
Your music?
Because I've been, not my music per se, but my activewear.
Okay.
The music a little bit, but I'm working with, I don't want to say the name of the music company, but I'm working with someone that they want me to revamp one of my songs because they're interested in it. So just pray about that.
Yes, girl, you got it.
What's that song that's out?
Give me that body. Hey, that's that sexy stuff.
Where can find that at?
Basically social media streams, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever, Spotify is on there. It's under Chero Baby, Chero Baby. Cheerio is my nickname. You know how we got them alter egos and things like that? Yeah, so Cheerio is actually one of the producers. Well, he's not a producer. He's a manager like with Jacque and them, like he part of them. And he kept saying Cheerio instead of Chero. Yeah, and he was like, I was like, why do you keep calling me Cheerio? He's like, well, I thought your name was Cheerio. So he went around and asked everybody what should my name be. And everybody was like Cheerio because it was catchy. And I was like, I like that. That's gonna be the cool little nickname. But I'm still AKA Chero Baby now. Don't forget. So, but it was good stuff. But I give him his little props. He tell everybody, who came up with that name? I'm like, bro, you beat it now. Okay, you helped me with the name. Only because you were saying it wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's how it started.
That's
So
what
now, how
it
did you
is.
guys come up with the name of your podcast? Besides the K's.
You want to take it away?
I'll let you go. Ladies first. Gentlemen.
So, one thing about me and Ken is we tend to have like very intellectual conversations like all the time. So back in January, we met up because we found out we both was in Atlanta. I moved here for school. He moved here just to grind, as we know how he was doing. And so we was just talking. We was like, damn, we should start a podcast. And literally, he started making phone calls like that same day. And we, like he said, we wanted to put people on, all creatives alike, you know, just to put them on and network with them. So we was like Kreative Koncepts, and then boom, there it is.
Oh, wow. So we starting a podcast, too, that I was telling Ken about. It's called Set the Tone with me and one of the models. But did y'all have did it take y'all, like, multiple times to, like, figure out your introduction, like, how you guys were going to start it? Because I swear we done did about 4 or 5 videos just trying to...
We hired the people to help us out with that. Like I said, shout out to Ken and Will Media. It's the man behind the camera. So if y'all need some camera work, make sure. Keenan, I'm going to let you put the... he got to put his logo on the video somewhere so that they know. So give him some credit on that. But... that's why we hired Keenan to help us out with it, and also with the Kreative Koncepts thing. It's like we was brainstorming, so that's like creative conversation, creating something, you know.
So with the intro, what I did, I kind of just looked at, you know, podcasts already online and just added my personality to it, because I feel like when you're trying to be cookie cutter, it takes away the authenticity of what you're doing. So I feel like Wazam, that's New Orleans. What's good, everybody? You know what I mean?
Right.
To invite them into the space for us to just have conversation.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I like it a little bit, because I felt like we was being a little bit too structured.
Yeah.
And I felt like when we just relaxed and laughed and just did, like, just really being our authentic self, not trying to feel like we gotta be a certain way, I felt like it ran really, really smooth versus the other times. I was like, why we just didn't do it that way at first? I think we were overthinking the process.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now that we talking Chicago, we talking about New Orleans. So you from Chicago, correct?
Yes.
So can you tell the people a little bit about living in Chicago? Because that'll go to my next question about you been around me. So that's my next question. By you being around me, what have you learned or seen about New Orleans people and how we different from Chicago people? So people need to know that. That's 2 questions.
I would say the swag is different. It's
Do
not.
the first question first.
Oh, tell them. Okay, so
about Chicago.
First, okay, guys. I would say Chicago has really, really great food. Okay, in the city.
Not better than New Orleans.
I don't know, because I haven't been to New Orleans. I've only been to another part of Louisiana, and they do have good food, but I think the variety we have is a little different. I think y'all kill us on the southern cuisines and things, but when it comes to like the pizzas and the Italian and the steaks, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check it out. But we do have really great food.
So sandwiches.
Oh, you are such a hater. You don't say that. You don't say the
So sandwiches and pizza. Got it.
Got it. See. It's cool. But yeah, that is funny. But I would say it is rough out there. It is really rough. I'm from the South Side. I would say the South Side to me is way worse than the West Side. The West Side of Chicago, they looking for you, they coming just for you. On the South Side, they looking for you. Anybody outside gonna get it. And that's the downfall, you know. But a lot of people are afraid to go there because the crime rate is high, because they really don't give a F about nothing. But if you kind of like stay in your lane, you really ain't got nothing to worry about. The men have it way worse than the females, of course. You know what I'm saying? The women, we can go anywhere. And then some men will still go anywhere, but you still gotta be careful, especially at the hood gas stations, and they quick to rob you and stuff. Like the way Atlanta is with all the stars walking around, ain't no way in Chicago that they can walk around like that and not get robbed or killed. Like for real. Like that's why I don't think a lot of them come there, because they know it's very, very high risk. But as far as like, I'm from the city, but then I moved to the suburbs, so crime rate is a lot less, of course. But I still go to the city because my girls live in the city. A lot of the parties that I go to in the city, or at least downtown. But now people be afraid to go downtown because a lot of them go downtown. Then they did a lot of the shop and grab. I don't know if y'all heard of that, where they was like driving in like U-Hauls to like the Louis Vuitton stores and everything, and was just taking all the handbags and selling it on the streets.
Oh, Lord.
They even took an ATM. They even put an ATM on a cart, carried that boy. and took it into a truck, but they got caught on that one because they was literally in the middle of downtown with a whole ATM running down the street. Now, how you gonna do that? So, but other than that, Chicago good.
All right, then the next question. Since you've met people from Chicago, you know how Chicago is. So
What's the difference?
what's your take on New Orleans? Just being around me.
I thought New Orleans was a little bit like friendlier.
Oh,
Hey,
Ooh, I did. I thought that they were a little bit more like that Southern hospitality. I would say Atlanta is a little bit more like that.
No.
You don't think so? I think the original people are. I think the people who migrate over here are the ones.
I think Atlanta seems more friendlier because they're trying to get your money.
Yeah,
That could be it.
I like that. Nah,
It could
I like
be.
that.
I wouldn't say
But
all.
it's not to knock Atlanta. Everybody
Not at all.
gotta hustle. But I feel like in New Orleans, somebody like being from New Orleans, any room I walk in, I say, hey, how y'all doing? People don't speak like that out here.
They don't. Oh, so it is more friendlier out there. Then they do speak. Or
But you say you never been to New Orleans, so how can you even compare?
I'm just saying based on the people I've met.
Okay.
Yeah, or just being into Louisiana.
That's what I'm saying. The people you met, like, what have you met in me?
He wants you to talk about
No,
it.
it ain't about me, but it's just a question. Because if she's from Chicago, it's just interesting to know the different type of people.
You were friendly though,
So-
but you kind of you're aggressive. I didn't
y'all
know.
aggressive in New Orleans.
Really, but see, I didn't know that. I thought it was more a little
you
laid
would
back.
call it aggressive, but that's really not aggressive. Like, I wouldn't call
We
it.
will in Chicago, like I would say, like your personality, you'll get into it with people real fast.
Not really.
In Chicago, you would.
I won't get into it. See, that's what. And no, I'm glad we're having this conversation because this is the platform I provided so people can hit me the fuck out in this bitch.
Right.
No, it's not nothing bad. No, it's not nothing bad.
No,
That's
go
New Orleans
ahead.
shit. Like that's just how we talk.
I'm cool with that. Be yourself.
We good.
Yeah.
You know, it's just what our whole purpose is. When you trying to get shit done, there's a certain way you just gotta go about it. And people will take my energy and be like, I'm super aggressive to them. But if people starting with me off of some things that they didn't even like the situation. I wasn't even talking to the lady. I was
Right.
talking to Marcella, the
Yeah.
one that was the fashion coordinator, everything. She heard from what I said and just jumped on me.
Right.
So how is that my fault if I defend myself in a situation where I didn't even go off on a lady like that?
Right.
just was-
But do you feel that you get defensive easily?
You could say that. I mean, that's fine.
I think I think you just get defensive really fast.
But I mean, why are you tagging somebody that don't have nothing to do?
But you know people do that.
Okay, so I can't be my way and get on them about how I move? Because I don't tell nobody that. If somebody doing what they doing, I don't say nothing. I let them be themselves. So if I don't do it and somebody do it to me, why is something wrong with that? That's all I'm saying.
Because two
I
wrongs
would
don't make a
say
right.
To
But
combine
it's not a wrong.
everything.
It's not a wrong.
I would say that there are definitely different communication styles, even from me to him. I think I can be animated. I think he can be a little bit more animated than me, and I think because it's how he words things. It's like, wait, I'm trying to read where he's coming from, but that's just the words that he's using as he's explaining something.
Right.
But I think nonetheless, once you get to know him, you're, learn how to deal with his communication style. But
I mean, I'm a learning process, I'm not
Yeah.
sitting there trying to say, I'm not trying to make this about me. All I was just trying to do was just ask about the different.
No,
type of-
but it's good
that's
to
all.
know though. No, but it's
But
just
people
kind of
need to hear
good to
these type
know.
of
Yeah, to
conversations,
see.
you know?
It doesn't affect me because I'd rather deal with a person who blunt and to the point than somebody who beat around the bush and I got to try to figure out who you are and what type of person you are. But I was saying you're not good at de-escalating.
De-escalate.
Yeah.
I mean, once you told me though, I did de-escalate though.
You did,
It
but
takes
it
you a
took you
while
a
to
minute
come
though.
down.
Thank you. It takes
But
a minute.
I moved though. But see, that's what people don't know. I actually moved from the situation into a room by myself. And when I saw y'all huddling up, I said, y'all come talk to me before y'all talk to her because she started it with me.
Right, I
So
know she
y'all
was all in my
come to me.
face and I was like, I ain't even do
I'm the one helping
nothing.
out the event. So it's like, y'all talk to me, not her. She's not even part of the event. That's all it is. People just have different understandings of things. And how I move is how I move. I'm not trying to,
Yeah.
I'm learning.
But do most people
I'm
kind
learning
of be
this
like
stuff.
him in New Orleans though? Or he just one of a kind?
he is
Honestly.
definitely one of a kind.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
He is one of a kind, that's no doubt. But him and I, we kind of have back and forth as co-hosts when we're talking. But I think I've learned from him, and he's also learned from me how to approach situations. So moving like that. So.
And I got people to help me with that, so that's going to eventually help. And that's all it's about, having somebody that can help you out with something you may lack at.
Yeah.
Because you fuck with me.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm doing something right off of everything that she's speaking about.
But no, let me tell you though, he was just the sweetest person. When I met him, he was like, nah, you are. I'm not gonna say that. You be on business. I do appreciate you. No, I really do. But I didn't expect that from him. Like, when I was like, oh, he was turned up. And I was just like, yeah. So, but now I'm just learning more of his personality. I just wasn't around him long enough to know. That's it. Yeah. But always on point with the business, on time, everything. So I don't really have anything to say. But I would just say the approach that you take, like with Chicagoans, they would turn up on you quick. Gotcha. It'll be a whole situation, and if you're not a person who good at walking away, it's gonna turn out bad. That's what I mean by that. Versus,
I just think in general you have to adapt the communication style to the person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think we all have room to grow in that area.
Yeah, because I'm known for being a firecracker too now. But like you said, you have to do something to me. I'm just naturally like, I'm not no rah-rah mean person. It's just that when people think you so cool and laid back, and then when you turn up, it's like the whole world done ended. Like, what, you? Right. I'm like, well, you brought that out of me. I'm not a naturally evil person. I'm not evil at all. Even if you do something to me, I do try my best to walk away from situations. Right. But sometimes you got to stand up for yourself. And I know part of that is probably what you do, is just taking up for yourself as a man. But then I always have to sometimes realize, like, it's a time and place when to put when to put that hat on, and when to be like, this ain't even worth it.
Right.
Especially if I see a whole bunch of girls, they want to look like they want to turn up, and it's just me. I'm not about to go out in the field and act like I'm tough body. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to whoop 4 or 5 bitches. Now I can get 2 of you all. And if y'all 3 little bitty bitches, I may be able to get y'all. I'm sorry, but if it's like 4 or 5 girls and they turned up on me, I'm gonna go take my little ass in the car and pull off. I'm not about to get in the field with you. I'm too old to be fighting anyways, but I'm just saying it's judgment call. But if it was a one-on-one situation, I may get a little bowdy with you because I'm just like, it's me and you. But nowadays, the girls carrying the pistols too more than the dudes, so they be pulling that shit out in Chicago. They don't even play. I don't know about out here, but in Chicago, they pull it out.
What I was about to say, so just to backtrack a little bit, we know Kent let himself be known. He's standing on business, big personality. What is something you want people to know about you? Like, we've talked about a little bit about your background, what you do, your endeavors. What do you want people to know about you?
I'm gonna say I'm a realist. Like, I'm really like a down-to-earth, cool person. You gonna get the real, honest answer from me, And it's like, sometimes I have to work on how I convey things, and people will misconstrue my loving and caring ways of just trying to like give you feedback as if it's an attack, So it's like, I don't want people to think like I'm trying to hurt you or intentionally. It's just that sometimes being honest hurts people, but it's not in a malicious intent. And some people be like, oh, you're a firecracker. I don't hear people say like I'm being malicious, but they'll say I'm a firecracker when I'm upset. Because I know how to turn the fuck up too. Right. I come from that, but I don't want to bring that out of me. I like peace.
Exactly.
I like peace and happiness, and I promise you, since I moved out here and eliminated a lot of bad energy, shit been going good. The peace and happiness. And I even had less money now than I did then, but the peace and happiness override the money. So it's like God make you self-reflect. Yeah. It's like, because it's never been about the bag for me. We all talk about the bag, I want the bag. But I just want financial freedom, but you need it in order to survive and making things happen. But at the end of the day, love is first.
Right.
For me, love is first.
Right.
And anybody who know me, like all my relationships, they always want to be back in the relationship with me because I'm loving, I'm nurturing, I'm caring. Like, I'm a nurturer.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a nurturer for sure. Like, yeah, but then, once I feel like it's being taken advantage, then they see the other side and then they don't like it. And they be like, oh, what happened to the person that I met? It's still there, but you done fucked that up now. How about that?
Right.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it.
I agree. I can relate to that a whole lot.
You can?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, so the relationship thing, I don't even know. Cause people saying in Atlanta, how y'all feel about the relationships in Atlanta? Cause everybody say it's hard. You cannot get in a relationship with a dude in Atlanta. Like, let it go. If you trying to settle down in any kind of way, do not pick an Atlanta guy. Have you heard that before?
I don't even try to.
Have you heard that? That girls be like, all of the Atlanta dudes.
I don't even think a relationship thing, like, I shouldn't even be worrying about that right now. Like, you just should be just handling your business. And if that's something that leads, then let it happen.
How you gonna tell that girl what she need to be worrying about? What that woman says?
She asked an opinion of myself. So if you ask an opinion, I got.
But I'm not worried about a relationship. I was just curious to know that's
No,
like the.
No, I was just giving you my take on it.
Oh, okay.
You just asked me a question. And
Right.
I answered it thank you, Keenan. Thank you, Keenan.
Look, you stick out of, okay? No.
Thank you.
No, but no.
Understand.
So you were saying, like, in general, women shouldn't worry about a relationship?
No, women shouldn't. No. This ain't me talking nothing about no women. You asked me if I heard anything about women, and I'm telling you that I shouldn't even know. I'm not even worrying about the relationship. I'm just focusing on.
Oh, you talking about with you, per se. I thought you was telling me. Didn't it sound like he was saying, like, I shouldn't be worried about a relationship?
You said you, but.
But you was meaning yourself, that you don't even...
You meant generally speaking.
I mean, if I said it wrong, I apologize. But I basically meant my opinion.
Oh, okay.
Just me personally, not you.
Gotcha. But I'm just saying, like, women don't say that to you, like, oh, just in general, because I'm pretty sure women hit on you.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know. I just be focused on my business. You can look at me crazy. I'm out here locked in. Like, I moved to fucking Atlanta to get on. Like, I'm not out here to be trying to, like, be distracted by nothing.
That's
like
good.
I'm here to, if they want to hang out, go to somewhere in an event with me and help me shoot and we network and
help
shit.
you.
Let's do that.
So that's not a date.
What?
So you're not interested in dating?
It's not. I ain't worrying about none of that right now.
No.
I gotta get locked into where I'm going right now. Dating and all that shit. That's not.
So
even
that's
nothing
not
right
his
now.
focus. But you're saying
That's not my focus either. I'm with him on that.
Thank you. We just locked in.
But I'm open to it.
I'm open to.
I'm open to.
I can't tell.
He didn't seem open. He said, like, I'm shutting it down. I don't give a F about none of that.
It's okay to be closed at this point in your life.
Just for right now. I'll open that bubble up soon later.
Ladies, he said he gonna open them soon, so just hold
It's
tight.
hard for me to get into a relationship because they be insecure. Men be very insecure when it comes to my relationships with them. And then they don't like the stuff that I post because I'm a rap artist, I'm a model. I don't get too crazy, like I don't have my ass all out or nothing like that, but I be sexy. It be too much for them. And they may think, oh, you trying to find somebody. I'm really not. It's just teasing because, sex sells in such a way. It is what it is. But it ain't about building it off of that. But I always like to put my shits on. You know what I'm saying? It's just me, so it got to be like that right partner. All the partners I had to eliminate because...
Except you for you.
Yeah, because it's like they be trying to change me. Why you post this? Why you put this story on? And I know I could get like that too when I'm in a relationship, and I don't want that one to be where I trust you. The only way I get like that is when I don't trust you.
Right.
Or you putting stuff that really make it look like you not in a relationship or something, then I got a problem with that where you seeming weird, So then I may say something, but other than that, I like my peace right now. And if you can't bring more peace to my peace, then you could just stay where you at.
Period.
So I be curving dudes left and right, for real, and I'm gonna continue to curve them until the right one comes along whenever he does. But right now, like you said, I'm focused on me, the bag, my kids, my youngest, because my oldest is done, so, but I still don't want to lose sight of him, because there's always mama's baby.
Yeah.
But you said no. He's like, no, we're not dating out here. He was like so dead serious. I was like, who? You sound like one of them scorned women, huh?
I'm sorry.
I got jokes. I got jokes.
That's all. I still got that football energy, so people don't realize, like, I play football. I was in the NFL. I got cut. And I still, I still got that passion to play. Like, I still act like I'm going to get an opportunity soon. I mean, if it don't happen, I'm doing other stuff.
You just claim it. It will happen.
But
Do you still work out like you?
I work out enough. I mean, it ain't too much to get back in, but like.
Oh, it's not.
I mean, I'm 27. Like, I'm not trying to get to the NFL no more. Like, that wave is over. I'm just saying, like, I still want to have that athletic mindset, that athletic body to the point where, like, I'm still ready for whatever. So
that discipline and everything too.
Because I get like security vibes from people, so like I just be.
Well, she said security vibes. What you mean by security vibes?
You be like shit. Like I really like help secure people, like help them out in situations. Like if people try to like with the Sharice event, there was a guy that was trying to take her clothing, and I was there to help anything
Dang.
escalated. Yeah, a lot of shit went down.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah.
But I mean, that's, you know, not a topic for another day, but that's
So do you have any final thoughts, either one of you two, while we wrap up this episode?
I'll find a quarter today if you have an answer.
What we gonna do? We gonna flip a coin? You said you want to find a quarter?
Quarter the day.
Yeah, I said if you want to answer what she just said, I'm gonna be looking for a quarter today.
Oh, a
I
quote.
ended with a quote of the day.
Final thought for me is thank you guys for having me on the show. I really appreciate it. And I would say don't ever feel you too old or time done went by too long for you to pursue your dreams.
Yes.
God has the last say so in everything. And just because that person couldn't do it in that timeline, don't make that your timeline. Because nobody ever goes through exactly what you go through. Not even your sibling. Only God and you know what's really going on. So if he say go for it, go for it. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different, because those people, those naysayers are going to be there to distract you. But just stay focused on your dream and it will come to fruition. It's just all about the timeline.
Yeah. And I also just want to say, like, just sitting here talking to you, like, I feel like you is inspiration to me and
Thank
people
you.
watching, because you using your personality and what you like to, you know, explore and, you know, dive into different things. So
Thank you. I
And so
appreciate it. And I
see you.
appreciate you guys too. Look like y'all be turned up on this show. I gotta start checking it out. You know?
yeah,
I mean, we
it.
turned, but we haven't had that. I'll give you the first one. You the first one we
Really?
turned up on, which was good though.
Oh, you
Like, this is a good thing. You
say?
need that. This was a great conversation. Like, I love the fact that you talked to me about that, because, you know, you older than me. You know, you're a mom too, so you
Yeah.
know, for you to tell me things like that, like, I appreciate that. You know, I ain't taking that
Oh,
home
no
for it.
problem.
We locked in though. That's family.
Locked
so
in, we locked
you know,
in.
appreciate that. And I end the episode on the quarter today. Life is like a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving.
Hey.
Simple as that. We talked enough, so
Peace out, y'all. Stay tuned for the next episode.
we out.
Peace.